So, here we are darn near a year following the announcement of Don't Starve Newhome, and yet we know absolutely nothing. Well, beyond what we've already speculated on, of course, but officially, we pretty much have nothing to work with, everyone. But all that said, it is actually looking more and more likely that the game is right around the corner. And for those of you looking at me with puzzled faces, let's catch you up to speed. Don't Starve Newhome, a licensed Don't Starve mobile game not made by Clay Entertainment, mind you, was teased on a random Tuesday back on June 23rd, 2020. A short trailer dropped, Clay themselves even had an official post about it, there was a whole website, and we even covered it ourselves as soon as we could if you didn't know. But a week would pass, and throughout it, the official social media pages posted all kinds of concept art and such, and we jumped on all of that just as quickly. But then, radio silence. We wouldn't even be able to further discuss the title until late October when we heard the news of an ongoing beta experience for the game that I was not a part of, mind you. Still, new gameplay was released, so we sat down to talk about that at the end of the day. And now here we are, 6 months after our last Newhome video, mind you, about to discuss even more new stuff, and ready to bring the game back into the spotlight again. Now we've got lots of new looks at new mobs, new modes, new clothes, and, well, new everything pretty much. So let's get to it. And let us begin with some familiar faces, yes, like Wigfrid and Weber here. While it's all but confirmed that we will be playing survivors very much unknown to us, the game will seemingly have many ones that we do know still showing up from time to time. Heck, it even looks like they will be granting us quests of some description to boot. We can chat with them, send them gifts for some reason, but I'm guessing it's a friendship type of thing. And I'm assuming that they're just going to be coming out of whatever this owl house-like structure is, whenever we want them to visit our home base or something. But we've got looks at other structures too. Mobs even, pets in the background I think, and even some sort of clown NPC in this footage, but I think I actually know what that last one is all about. For you see, in another shared clip, we see gameplay of what is called the Crazy Circus, and it looks to be a PvP style mode with several participants and random loot drops even. It looks like many mobs will still be present within this mode, that there are set pieces to maybe find and defend perhaps, and a whole point system if you escape at the end of it. Points for clues found, player eliminations, mob murders, survival, and more can be seen at the end here. And this clown NPC is obviously front and center, so there you go. Now Don't Starve PvP is something that I've never really touched myself. Not even once. But this does look interesting enough to at least give it a whirl, I think. But speaking of modes within Don't Starve games, it looks like we've got another look at this game's version of Adventure Mode, I believe. By entering what looks like a pig ruin from Hamlet, we can seemingly buy our way into a round of a roguelike style dungeoneering event with floors, rooms, loot, mobs, and more to work through. We also get a quick look at the screen before entering this mode, where we get confirmation of there being seasons for this particular mode apparently, a backpack icon that maybe means we can take things in, or maybe that's what we took out of this place. There's a map, a chest, an obelisk icon, and plenty more. Whatever the case, the gameplay suggests a random, roguelike experience, and that sounds really enticing to me actually. We'll see. Now we've also got some new looks at some of the new weapons as well, many of which we've actually seen in some of our previous videos, but still. This one actually shows us how we might have to go about getting them actually. From the footage it appears as if we need to obtain blueprints for special weapons somehow in order to be able to craft them in adventure mode, dungeon-like events, or even perhaps our own normal playthroughs of the game. That is, if the bloody game even has those, because I actually don't know that myself. But whatever the case, they look awesome, and seem to fall under elemental categories like fire, ice, electricity, dark maybe, and more. Plus, some might even have additional perks like vampiric effects. I can definitely get behind some unique magical weapons, especially given the ones that we have in the base game, mind you. And it looks like this game is kind of going all out on them as well. Cool stuff. But what was that creature flying around us in that last clip, Beard? Well, it looks like it is one of our new pets, folks. The developers have come out and said that pets in Don't Starve Newhome will offer us perks, and they will have perks of their own even. And this vile plume looking one seems to be the light-given pet of this game. Or at least, it's one of them, I suppose, and that's neat stuff. And we've seen plenty of these new followers in the past, so who bloody knows how many there actually are, or what they'll end up doing. But I do know this, I want that duck one for sure, everyone. Pets are sounding pretty sweet in this game though, not gonna lie. To continue here, however, we've got a limited look at some new mobs or maybe even animal NPCs too. And I say that last part because we already know about the raccoon-looking dudes at the left there, as they have been confirmed to be Mews, or Mew Men. And they are part of their very own town that we'll be seeing again here soon. But the walrus guy is interesting, because we've got MacDusk already. So we'll see where that goes, I suppose. And as for the Pango mobs, we do actually get to see a couple of them in these images here, so there you go. And one definitely looks bigger and way more important than the other. So perhaps they are in fact an animal faction with NPCs of a different ice world or something. I don't know, but here is just some newer gameplay involving those Mew creatures in their own cities, homes, farms, and more. So it looks like they will all have routines and jobs to do each and every day, so that might be interesting. And we do know that some will offer quests as well. Also, I see some brief glimpse of a gobbler in the background, and I am now ready to murder every single one that I find. But if you were looking for some other mobs and such to be confirmed, then know that Beefalo have also migrated to mobile too, it seems. Now we've seen pigmen, spiders, tree guardians, spider queens, butterflies, deer clops, antlion, moose goose, badger, and more in the past. But I do believe this is our first Beefalo sighting, so that's nice. Oh, and it looks like the old farms are back, baby, too, so there you go. Plus, a quick look at this player's inventory shows some unique coins that may be some sort of Mew currency, so make note. Oh, but this is what I'm talking about, everyone. Our best look at character customization to boot. Now, no idea if this tab is within the wardrobe, or maybe it's the screen before entering the game for the first time, but it does look like we've got the chance to really make our survivors our own, with unique faces, hairstyles, colors, and more. And I'm also not sure if anything will actually impact our stats and or survival at the end of the day, but we shall see there. And speaking of the wardrobe, actually, it looks like our home bases might have one for us to make and use in order to further flesh out our looks with unique skins and items obtained via completing challenges or through weaving them through actual spools, something many of us should be very familiar with at this point. And it looks like there is an absolute crap ton of them to unlock. But my question is this: how will spools actually work in this game? And will we have to buy and or weave everything, including the emotes maybe? But when I go to answer this, in fairness, we have to remember that we actually do have to do all that and Don't Starve together anyways, so I guess I won't be surprised either way at the end of the day. Still, emotes confirmed, I guess. Oh, and so is our ability to actually decorate home base, I believe. For you see, we can see that Hamlet-like ruins thing surrounded by plant life, walls, and carpeted flooring. Very much unlike how we saw it before. There's also this massive star-like thing, flanked by lovely blue lights and stuff. That house that Wigford came out of has a well and swing set nearby like it didn't before. We walk under some portal-looking structure, which is actually really cool looking. We see all sorts of fountains and lights, and even end with some obelisks and pillars. That clearly do look like decorations, everyone. So base builders rejoice, I think. But a few last things here. It looks like lots and lots of food is returning, and even some from a long-lost year of events. there will be a photo mode in the game, and it looks like we'll be able to earn some sort of currency by sharing whatever we capture. And finally, the developers shared this clue just 3 days ago on their platforms, but have given no help beyond this image actually. Is there an announcement of the game's release date somewhere in here? I have no idea, folks. But they're active again, and that tells me we're gonna be hearing something soon. But there you have it, everyone. Yet another look at Don't Starve Newhome, a mobile Don't Starve Together-esque experience coming soon. I'll be sure to point any curious parties in the proper direction down below in the comments, and perhaps we'll be seeing more from this still unknown title again in the coming weeks, folks. But thanks for watching, well wishes to all, be civil out there now, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye bye.